Abusian for Alpha OneTV share now down for now for Newz being shared. You say to Jamie on Saint Minister. Honorable Muntaka dear ding. Sòldiers are made on mobile Mensa or by no. Or withdrawn so being finishing. The best and proper security hiding. Or boji Mensa any easy as institution in a hobby. Sòldiers on one hobby, you mean if you're on any Muntaka. Honorable Muntaka and sending some police for your man, them boji Mensa or buying. Among the some very easy. The job commission Ghana a office no more ring. Now report if your branches say police for a Muntaka send your moment some more combo AJ Mensa or by no or my abandon a AJ Mensa company a Johnny. I home video or shot just a year host me pan just say what you know I want to see. I'm at say no J Mensa say no why ha because first no uncle baby and I Sòldiers vote me you could turn a bag in a man or cockota and Sòldiers phone you could take a handbag. Oh, me like be a bear sure say a yen make a bag near put it for compo and you could tamania daddy. But in age no AJ Mensa I can once me and you boss master after say a year sitting get a back and say or me in your office in him say no police for night abandon the any but you back with that report and I just think the some get wrong. Cause I do the more room. Mensa, so no now Sòldiers for you be born home by no. And then why then what damn prime as say no behind possible name born home by. I'm losing interest when him some man born home by comp because as the beer can one year credible to lead you be able to know in if you come in could take that report and back and then come out out also.
Gate both day and night, and therefore it is never true if anybody says that her security has been withdrawn. What we do generally is to provide security around every neighborhood. But VVIPs like the chair of the what do you call it, Electoral Commission, she has a personal bodyguard. Her gate is manned 24/7, just like the Chief Justice, just like the Speaker of Parliament and all others. And that we are doing. And I'm sure you can call her and find out and she can confirm that, no, she has both her and her deputies, her office is protected.
But what went into the decision to withdraw the military and replace with the police?
Why should the military be performing civilian functions? I mean, our country is not at war. Why should you draw in the military? I mean, you know, the use of military sometimes sends wrong signal to the ordinary citizens. Police are trained with a civilian mind. The military are supposed to concentrate to provide security for our external or territorial integrity. So when we draw them in, we are reducing the number of personnel that the military has to perform those difficult tasks that is usually performed by the military.
Is this exercise going to be limited to the EC chair alone, or are we going to see this cut across all?
Everywhere. I mean, you can find out from the former defense minister, you can find out from almost all the civilians that were using militia. All of that has been withdrawn. All that without exception. And this is a decision that we took as a new government, and that's our policy. No civilian, and we've even encouraged our own members who are ordinary before they took their offices that they were occupying. Some persons were providing military service to them. Yet, when we came, we decided that everybody should be protected with police, and that's what we are doing.
Right, but our independent checks at her residency shows that at the time we went, though, there were no police officers on the ground.
That's not true. We don't. I mean, who says that providing security to me as interior minister is to see police all over the streets around my house? They are supposed to be manning my gate, and that's what we are doing. And I'm saying that find out from her, are people minding her gate? Yes, she are minding her gate. They are following her wherever she goes.
So that there is Mohammed Muntaka, the Minister for the Interior, but Joy News can confirm that the security post remains abandoned. James Aveji reports.
We are currently here at the Dade Street in Labone in Osu, where the security details which used to provide security for chairperson of the EC have been withdrawn in the last few days. The issue came up on social media with photos flying about the police abandoning their posts here. As of this Monday morning, as we can report, the police are yet to return to their duty posts here. You see there the tent which used to house them temporarily in the course of the day and shield them from the rays of the sun as well as rainfall is empty. Just a while ago, we saw a civilian, come to park a bicycle and chained it to one of the posts of the tent there and walked away. And as we can see, the place looks abandoned in the last few days. There are no chairs, and you see there the police a barricade, one of which has the inscription "Stop Police Checkpoint," is standing on the road. There is another one which has fallen and resting on the ground. It doesn't look like anyone has been here in the last couple of days, and so the checkpoint has been abandoned as we speak in the last few days. It is unclear why the security details have been withdrawn. There have not been any explanation from government on why they had to withdraw the security from here. But this is coming in the wake of emerging cause for the dismissal of the EC bosses, including the chair as well as her two deputies. We cannot independently say that this is in relation to those calls or otherwise, but what we can report is that the place has been abandoned. From the Dade Street here in Labone, so we can't confirm that there are no securities at these two security checkpoints as at this morning, Monday morning, and even last week when we came here to check on this here in Osu in Accra. I am James Savage reporting for Joy News.
Release Hanan, despite meeting the bail conditions set after his arrest over alleged financial crimes. He has been in Yoko custody for more than 10 days over this alleged involvement in financial crimes during his tenure as a buffer stock. Ken Kesi is at the Yoko office for us, and let's connect with him for updates. Ken, is there any movement? What can you report?
Not one that we've seen so far. We're expecting the minority in Parliament to arrive here at the Yoko headquarters any moment from now. We've also seen pockets of supporters who we want to believe are MPP supporters. And of course, in your shot now, the place is very calm. But as you rightly mentioned, there's heavy security here. We've seen dozens of security officers manning this place. Now, Abdul Hanan was arrested on the 25th of June alongside his wife, but his wife has since been granted a 30 million Ghana cedis bail, but Abdul Hanan has been unable to meet his 60 million Ghana cedis bail. Just last week on the 3rd of July, supporters of the opposition New Patriotic Party marched up at this very premise demanding his release, saying that they are using his bail condition as a way of keeping him here in police custody. Now, this is a similar incident that happened weeks ago when the chairman of the MPP in the Ashanti region, Chairman Wontumi, was also detained here for several days. It also resulted in supporters and the minority in Parliament massing up here. We are anticipating a similar scene to happen here because this man has been kept in custody for more than 10 days. The party says that he is being wrongfully held in custody. They are using the bail conditions which he has been unable to meet as a way of keeping him here. So as we speak now, the place is very calm, but who is the former boss of the buffer stock.
Of course, we'll come back to you when there's more to report to us. Now, in other story, security posts at the residence of Electoral Commission Chairperson Jean Mensa remains abandoned almost a week after officers who manned the posts were withdrawn. News broke about the withdrawal of the security detail. It is unclear whether this has anything to do with top NDC officials, including Chairman Asiedu Nketiah's call for the EC boss and her 2 deputies to be sacked. Today, my colleague James Abeji visited her residence, and we will show you what his camera captured. But first, let's listen to Interior Minister Mohammed Muntaka insisting the chairperson's military detail has been replaced with police officers.
I agree that we were no longer going to use military to provide what was civilian protection. So a job was withdrawn and replaced with a police. So if you ask her, she will tell you she has a bodyguard. She has police manning her.
In other stories, Ghanaian students in the UK and US under the government scholarship scheme say they are stranded and facing the risk of academic dismissal and possible deportation. This follows the scholarships secretariat's failure to meet its financial obligations. Despite several formal appeals from the leadership of PhD student cohorts abroad, the government is yet to respond with a concrete solution or even an official comment. Secretary of the Ghanaian PhD student cohorts in the United Kingdom, Albert Kwabena Iduse, is urging government to urgently resolve the ongoing challenges between the universities and the scholarship secretariat. And Albert joins me via Zoom for the, let's discuss this. So Albert, are you still in school as we speak?
Thank you, and thank you for this opportunity. Before I comment on that, I just want to put it on record that regardless of political positions, and I'm speaking from a political standpoint, and also as a concerned citizen, this politics aside, and I believe.
So Albert is the secretary of Ghanaian PhD students cohorts in the United Kingdom. And Albert, I think I lost the last part of your earlier submission. Were you saying that you're speaking without any political coloration?
Yes, please.
Okay.
I need to be put on record. And beyond the political difference, we all want the best for Ghanaian citizens abroad. So it's devoid of any political differences or whatsoever.
Okay,
so,
but are you in school?
No, I'm currently I've been withdrawn, and I was given 60 days, and I've got 21 days more to come back to Ghana. So currently for me, I'm not in school, and I've got well-meaning people who are in the same situation like me, whilst others too has been suspended from their course and library and other resources that will aid them in doing their academic works.
When you say 60 days to pay up or 60 days to leave the country?
So for my situation, per my withdrawal letter, it was stated that I've got 60 days to leave the country, and counting from the day I received it to today, I've got 21 days more.
And how long has the Secretariat failed to meet its financial obligations to you and the other students involved?
So it's been spanning since the last government, and then we've been battling with the previous government until they left power. And then when this new registrar came in, or this new administration came in, on the 2nd of May, he came to UK to meet the schools and most of the students. And then he promised us that he will work assiduously to make sure he gets some of these things sorted. But since then, we've still not received any form of communication from him or any authorities just to give us any update as to what the authorities are doing about this. So it's been like more than a year too, and people are owed as many as 36 months of stipend since they started their PhD. And then we are all in the same pool of condition, which we are trying to see how best, as leaders of this group, we can liaise with the authorities and plead with them to come in our aid. So
this urgent need to resolve the financial issue, lest be deported, has this been tabled before the government, this administration? This 60-day window you have? When we came into power, when we were elected as executives, we have, in one way or the other, tried to engage the relevant authorities, and we've still not gotten any positive response. And then as a matter of fact, even if per my school, when they used to send the secretariat email just to respond to them, they never responded. And it went to the point for them withdrawing me, and even went to the point of issuing me an invoice to pay my school fees by my own, which I'm in debt in the UK government, which I was told that they will let debt collectors chase me for that.
it is a record for my school, which I think has got evidence to back it.
Albert, thank you for sharing your story. And of course, as this is a developing story. When we have more updates, we'll update our audience. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Moving on, academic work at the Akroma University of Science and Technology is facing fresh disruptions as the ongoing nationwide strike by the Tertiary Education Workers Union Ghana begins to bite hard on campus, just as students sit for their mid-semester examinations. The strike, declared last week over the alleged refusal of the Ghana Tertiary Education Commission to recognize TUGH's representation on university governing councils, has left critical non-teaching services at a standstill. Cleaners, porters, security personnel, and other essential support staff have all laid down their tools, creating sanitation and administrative challenges across lecture halls, examination centers, and halls of residence and offices. My colleague, Nana Boachi.
University library is affected because it has to be closed down, because the people who are supposed to clean the place or clear the place have abandoned posts. Security has also become a major challenge on the university campus, as students are unable to go and study at night to prepare for their examination. And so this is how hard the strike is currently biting on the university campus and affecting the mid-semester examination.
What have you heard from the leadership of TUGH and the students on campus in terms of how this is affecting them personally?
So 3 things. We've heard from TUGH, the students, and then the university campus, and the university management. From TUGH this morning, they have gathered at the university's commercial area. All non-teaching staff have been moved there to prevent them from sneaking out to even go ahead with anything whatsoever. In fact, the leadership of TUGH are making sure that the members do not skip the fact that they're on strike and then sneak out to help the university. So they've mobilized all their members and they are at the commercial area as I speak to you. The leadership have indicated that until their demands are met, they are not going to rescind their strike, or they are
Just a police for me boje Mensa by now. Interior Minister Honorable Muntaka and Senior Mokoino. You weren't happy. Some work about James and mine. We don't know a out a young. And Yema is see or nay as for me ba. James of all people are no quar. When you are police for a soldier for me and there was a come for tanto quani other day, it makes sure say a border night they are saving near the other. That Sòldiers for no kuta handbag. Sòldiers for ya mo gucci means a chi. Oko kota bui. Oko nwanga's office so bui. Bebia Sòldiers for. You see, emre hu yeni nkaso. So enana wenye BBC ya kanso wacha na hunya na sebi. Emre hu yeni nkaso ebieni. Nana kwampo no eni zaman yuko no kwampo ya ehu mobo. Ana mai no masa ni police for some no me bon ban. So just for ne so mon ko mu post. Omo so ma bon ban fine. So ma bon ban ya. Then after the police for the senior mokono will be everywhere. The question is it because of say both MPP ni this man you could have James as own free office na and is it because of say a year sitting get a can say hey James and the other side of free office. Ni stay na a check. I all petition John Drama also made the in free office na something. Because police yama duty se kona kwede ko performing. To then after to be our performing duty no. We post no wait me free ho kra said omo free watch. O share video na omo free watch papa. Ama se no e dia just emu remi pa. Na niema baba to dwano. Eno ena ma se no. Ona bo Muntaka kase. Ona ni ompa mobia. You can call her to testify say and clarify say was a new police for Momoko ma so just for the morning the pamom for someone come post because their duty is not to protect Mensa. Their duty is not to know bukura bag Devi yinim Sòldiers for adwuma now the is answer with trimonya fines ko be bia na usuro and after agency oko be bia unsuro shout to say wanye boni bia to ko be krampo so tim ko beach ku won bio President John Dramani Mahama oko be bia unsuro because match am ko bonus air sport stadium got now and he was jumping to a Shatawale song and then the name so we three more fire security grab bon financial the remove an day we the so because concern like one off now after 7 December no when the me answer let it will be up to now you're on the 8th month up to now I look my young representative. The same thing happened to a yes sir. Oh, when my baby and for queen. She say, one in the face of the Republic of Ghana. As you know, both my powerful party, MPP and this, they are all calling off. Oh, stepping down from your seat. No more for very competent. No very credible in the financial that position. Because the opposition of our say will be answer, including insecurity no campo. Because I am a position can perform duty. I've already been no be as pony ho. Be any ho. Like Yama interior minister was a corner protect this a year and as a corner perform this duty. You be gonna ho. So one say police for company and the MPG Mensa they want her to leave office. So these are the things about to do just name day. Imagine Mensa and the Rahui pa. Children our comments celebrating so I shall more down for Sunny Biashi. I have 400 Akroma.